Now, I'm glad that Hulk Hogan's back in WWE. We answered a question in hashtag SC7 this week about him being overexposed and how he's not being overexposed. He's played his role well. The talking segment tonight really wasn't anything of note. I don't blame him or Shawn Michaels or anybody. It was just kind of a pointless segment. It really didn't serve any purpose at all. And I'm glad Hulk Hogan's back. You know, he has a role to serve as an ambassador. He can promote the fucking company, unlike he did with TNA. He didn't promote the company once. But with that being said, though, he said in a lot of interviews recently, right after the birthday bash, too, and it's a little, confrontation with Brock Lesnar. And he's been saying this even before he came back to WWE about having a match with John Cena, specifically next year at WrestleMania. Now, do you think Hulk Hogan will work one more match? And do you personally want to see Hulk Hogan, the former WWE champion and one of, if not the single biggest wrestling star in the last 30 years, work one more match?
Alright, so Hulk Hogan has made statements that he's in the best shape of his life. And after countless back surgeries, as far as he's come, I'm scared to take his word for it. I don't want to see him get in the ring and potentially hurt his career, hurt his health, even more than it already has been tarnished. And having said that, I would not mind seeing him in the ring. I don't think it does a lot for the product. I don't think it does a lot for the company. It would create some nostalgia, but in that case, the only way I can see him doing another match is if it means something, but not everything. Meaning, if he wants to battle at WrestleMania, it's not going to be closing the show. It's going to be at the 30-minute mark against John Cena.
That's what he wants.
In a 20-minute kind of clash. Even that kind of scares me. And I think that if you have Hulk Hogan legitimately go against John Cena, there's no way he can look like. How can John Cena sell Hulk Hogan? How could John Cena sell a leg drop?
You can't do a leg drop anyway.
Hogan, he's forbidden to do a leg drop?
He can't, no. He's had so many hip surgeries that he can't.
Alright.
He can't take an AA. He's not going to take an STF. That's what I'm saying. You can't have him do it.
He said he's in the best shape of his life. So if we do take his word for it, and let's say
it's Hulk fucking Hogan.
Let's say we see a leg drop.
He's looked a lot better than he ever did in TNA.
Let's say we see a leg drop. How the hell is the 15-time WWE champion going to get pinned 1, 2, 3 following a leg drop? I'm not knocking anyone who's been pinned by the Hulk Hogan leg drop. It's just. It was a different.
61 years old.
It was a different time when that move was considered a legitimate threat. We have come across an evolution of wrestling in which there are different holds that present different kinds of, different pains and different predicaments for the WWE superstars. And that John Cena versus Hulk Hogan just doesn't make any sense. And what I'm really trying to say in all this is that Cena can't sell Hogan, and if Hogan beat John Cena, there'd be a large outbreak of what does that do? He got his last match. He's not building towards anything else. John Cena just lost his 61-year-old.
61-year-old, yes.
There's not a lot to be gained from a Hogan final match. If it's his dying wish, give him the match. Don't give it to him at Mania. Don't give it to him at SummerSlam. Give it to him at Survivor Series 2015. John Cena versus Hulk Hogan. Hulk Hogan begs John Cena. That's the only arc I can think of.
Hulk Hogan's only in this, and he might want to face John Cena. He's a big John Cena fan. It's not really hard to see why. He's in it for the money. He knows, and we know. I can tell you right now, if Hulk Hogan was billed for a card at WrestleMania, and it being billed as his final match, Hulk Hogan, people are going to buy that. People would definitely buy that. Would it be a great match? Absolutely not. Do I want to see it? No. I'd much rather never see Hulk Hogan wrestle another match again. But if he's going to, it has to be a tag team match. He can't do a singles match because I don't think, like you even said, I'm from the standpoint that I'm taking here, the perspective that I'm thinking from an in-ring action standpoint, the match would be terrible. Rock and Cena would seem like a 5-star classic compared to a Hogan Cena match. And Cena, at this point in his career, he doesn't have to be putting over talent in WrestleMania. He beat Bray Wyatt, which I still don't agree with. I thought that was dumb. But at this point in his career, he shouldn't be wasted on big-time matches with old guys, with matches that aren't going to be good. You know what I mean? And Hulk Hogan, I'm pretty sure he said before in the past, I know he said he's in the best shape of his life, and he's looking a lot better now. He's moving around a lot better than he ever did in TNA. But I believe he said in the past that he's banned from ever doing the leg drop again. because he would literally crumble in the dust because he can't take. He's had so many surgeries. But and I like your perspective in that from a storyline standpoint, it makes no sense. John Cena should not be losing to a 61-year-old. The Rock was different because he's not even 40 yet, or maybe he is. I don't know, but it made more sense. And if John Cena wins, I mean, oh, sure, he beats one of the best of all time. He beats The Rock and Hulk Hogan in WrestleMania. Okay, but where do you go from there?
Rock's
you know
42.
What I mean? Rock's 42?
42.
But you know what I mean? He's in a lot better shape than Hulk Hogan, obviously. He can still wrestle, and that's decent enough. But with that being said, I personally don't want to see Hulk Hogan in another match. If anything, I'd be fine with Hulk Hogan and John Cena teaming up against an up-and-coming tag team. Someone was saying this past year that you could do Cena, and for WrestleMania 30, obviously, is long gone now, but you could do Hogan and Cena versus the Real Americans. And I thought that would have been great. It would have given a great rub to Jack Swagger and Cesaro, a great tag team while they lasted. And you don't even need to do that. You could do an in-ring segment with Hulk Hogan, which we didn't get this year. He did have that in-ring segment. It wasn't physical, though. I'd be fine with him getting physical as long as it wasn't, just him. If he's teaming with Cena and he wants that marquee money match value on the same card as an Undertaker Sting, I could see why WWE would do that. It's all about the money. If it wasn't all about the money, they wouldn't do Cena versus Brock 2. I'm sorry, not Cena Brock, Cena Rock 2. If they didn't, because that matchup made so much money at WrestleMania 28, they would not have repeated the following year if it didn't make money. You know what I mean? So I'm fine with it if it makes money, if it's good for business. That's the only reason why WWE would do it, but it can't be Cena Hogan. It can't be, because Hogan, for his sake, would die, and he needs to be in a tag team match, if anything. So, any more thoughts on that?
I could agree with the tag team point in that Hogan would probably...
He could be a 6-man tag team.
Exactly, but you want to give Hogan a lesser role than if he was in a one-on-one match. And are you in this fantasy tag team match? What part of the match is Hogan duty? What is his aspect of the match? Does he finish? Does he start off? He can't do the leg drops.
No, he can't.
So he's got to tag someone for the finish.
No, the thing is, because he had a match with Sting, and I think it might have been his final match today. He had a match with Sting, believe it or not, Bound for Glory a couple of years ago, and I thought it'd be an absolute train wreck, and it ended up being one of the best matches on the show, believe it or not, which is comical thinking back on it now. But the reason why it was so good, because the crowd loves Hulk Hogan. They'll pop for anything he does. He doesn't need to do a leg drop. He could just do the, when he catches it, when people run at him, he catches them, and then he punches them. Do the, That's all he needs to do.
To get a victory?
No. He could just do that part and then tagging the partner.
They'll pop for that. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
No doubt.
I don't even know if he could do a big boot, but he can at least do the punches or something. You know what I mean? The chop. It's better than a Khali match. If Khali can have a match, I think Hulk Hogan can have a match. To be quite honest with you. So that being said, yeah, in a 6-man tag team, I'd be fine with it. In a perfect world, I wouldn't have him wrestle at all, or you could do him as a special guest referee. I mean, either or, that'd be fine too.
John Cena, Daniel Bryan, Hulk Hogan versus Evolution.
Yeah, there you go. Book it. #book it.